A previous video showed deploying Rancher into an RK2 Kubernetes cluster on IBM Z or Linux 1. This video starts where the other video ended and will be showing importing another RK2 Kubernetes cluster that will be managed by Rancher Manager. The Kubernetes cluster that will be imported is also known as a downstream cluster. The downstream cluster is where Rancher will deploy workloads, which will be shown in a future video. RK2-server is the system running the Kubernetes control plane of the cluster to be imported. All of the nodes in this cluster are running as ZVM virtual machines using SUSE Linux Enterprise Server 15 SP3. This is the cluster that will be imported into Rancher as a downstream managed cluster. Back on the Rancher UI, click on Import Existing. Click Generic to import any Kubernetes cluster. RKE2-ZVM-S390X is the name given for this Rancher managed downstream cluster. Click Create after naming the cluster that will be imported. The Rancher server that was deployed in the previous video was deployed with a self-signed certificate. Click on the middle command to copy it. Switch back to the RKE2-server terminal window, pasting and executing the command just copied. Back to the Rancher UI, click on Clusters. In about 2 minutes, the RKE2 server Kubernetes cluster will be imported and is ready to be managed. Click the Explore button to see more about this downstream Kubernetes cluster. Watch the next video to learn how to use the Rancher UI to deploy a Hello World pod running on S390X architecture and accessing the Hello World containers using a web browser.